Everybody was hurt emotionally at least one time in life. And later what happens? We want to become emotionally independent. And later, when we engage ourselves into next relationships and friendships, we try to be less emotionally available for others. And what happens? We are closed and we cannot express ourselves fully whilst we are around people. So what is the solution? How to detach from partner in relationship but still be loving and have beautiful relationship. In this video I'm going to give you some tips and advice, so watch this video till the end. Okay, if you're in a relationship, you love other person, you say it in your head, but what happens really is you're trying to make this person someone to adjust it to what you want this person to be. And what happens when you're trying to control other person and how this person is behaving? We are doing it unconsciously. It's not that we are evil manipulator and we are trying to control anyone. No. But our expectations in our head create our behaviors that we are trying to adjust this person into what we want this person to be. And later, we become attached to this person because we become emotionally dependent, because we don't get enough sweet emotions on a daily basis from other sources in our life. What we need to do in order to become emotionally independent from our partner is to stop having these expectations about this person. Try to let this person just be himself. And what we need to do is to provide for ourselves good sources of happiness in our life and to become source of this happiness. Because what happens if we don't have this happiness, this joy, this love within ourselves? We try to extract this from other people. And later, whether we want it or not, we become energy vampires and we are draining our energy from others. You see, when you are full of energy, full of zest on this particular day, you go and you energize everyone and people see that probably you encountered something happy today, that you're feeling like that. But in reality, we should feel like this every day in order to use our days fully and in order to help people around us in a good way, on the energical level. When you get detached from other person, it doesn't mean that you cut your emotions and you try to don't get attached to this person, because here is paradox. The more we try to detach from someone, it will be hard for us and we'll lose ability to love. So in order to truly detach from this person, you don't need this detachment that you have in your head to create this distance, but to create the distance between you and your mind and understand that nothing is permanent. Because we are attaching to other people because we want them to fulfill our needs, to satisfy ourselves. But what happens if we are satisfied without them? We can go, meet new people, and don't get attached to them. And this is what you want. Because in this case, you can have a great empathy, you can create beautiful connections, but you don't feel this desperation that you need other people. And this is what you want. Now, if you're in a lot of friendships and relationship, you need to understand that people also don't want to be attached to each other, for example, you, because they are afraid that they can lose you one day and it will hurt them a lot emotionally, because probably they experienced it also in the past. Because each of us were emotionally wounded in the past, to be honest, at least one time. But some people cannot heal this and they are living with this throughout the rest of their life, and later they are wondering why they cannot create these beautiful bonds with people anymore, because they are hurt, they are carrying something which should not be with them, this wound, this belief, that this assumption that they should not get too deep into relationship with other person, because it can end one day, they can get betrayed, hurt, or they have belief that each person is in some way fake, that they can exploit their vulnerabilities. So they don't show full version of themselves because they are afraid that if they will show their weak side, their shadow to other people, they will exploit it. So they are trying to become their best version throughout all the time whilst they are around them. But this never works, because sooner or later you cannot just pretend to be someone that you're not, and your dark side will also come and people will see it. But what you should do, you should not quell it, you should work on your dark side. And when you will heal this dark side, you will become more version of person that you want to be and that you naturally are. Because by nature we are beautiful, but through our different experiences we get a lot of conditioning and we get a lot of bondage, and later we are not fully ourselves. We get our shadow side, suppressed side that we don't accept. If you will accept yourself as a whole and you will accept other person as a whole, it will be much harder for you to get attached, because you will understand how attachment works and why attaching to other people to satisfy your emotional needs is pointless, because you can provide this emotional wellness for yourself without exploiting other people. I know how it sounds. It sounds kind of brutal, but that's true. That we enter into relationships, into friendships because of our lacks. But what happens if we are full and we get there? It goes on a completely new level, without attachment, but with full involvement, because we are not afraid anymore that we will lose this person, that this person will betray us. We don't care anymore what this person thinks about us, because we perceive, we feel what this person feels, and whilst we are present around this person, we know how this person reacts for us, and we don't care about what this person thinks in some situations, because each person has strange thoughts, and if you're constantly overthinking about this, you're not going to have much success in relationships, in friendships, because our thoughts are not something that we create. This is creation of our subconscious mind, and this is our whole past mixed in strange ways, and later we have our thoughts. And later, when they become repetitive, it can be problematic for us, because when we are spending time with other person, we cannot become fully present because something is constantly happening in our head. If we can turn off our head for a moment, we will not lose anything, and we will feel even better, because that's what we want. Inner peace. In relations also. But we need to understand that in relationships, there also will be some kind of stronger emotions, and in these moments we can lose control. We are afraid of it, but we need to accept that this is thing that happens always whilst we experience some new things, because we cannot control what happens all the time, and this is understanding that you need to know. Also, you cannot control fully choices of other person, so you will not be afraid of involving yourself into relationships when you know that you cannot control fully this person, and when you will let go of this need, you will let this person decide. You will even be happy when this person will decide that he or she don't want to be anymore with you, because they will understand that this person has choice. And when you try to deceive yourself and think that they should stay with you for your whole life, it's just lie. Okay, even if you're the most beautiful person in the world, there may be something in their lives that will make them decide that they want to quit this relationship, friendship. We need to accept this and don't try to control other people's decisions all the time. If you see that something is really not okay decision, you can advise them in a proper way, but we should not try to correct them all the time and let them just decide. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, share it, subscribe my channel, and see my other videos. Bye bye!